everyone, for today's video I'm going to share some book recommendations of my favourite books of this year. I do this because I've been getting back into reading a lot recently, especially like BookTok and Bookstagram, and I really want to start posting more on like Instagram about books and stuff, and so I thought should be fun to do this kind of video. And I've been reading a lot of like the popular books recently, and I just wanted to kind of like give like my thoughts on them and like why I recommend them and stuff. The first books that I want to talk about is the Six of Crows trilogy, and to be honest I went into like reading these with quite low expectations, despite like I know everyone had been saying like really good things about it, but I just like, I don't know, I thought it'd be like overhyped, and I just read Shadow and Bone and they kind of like, they weren't as good as what I thought they were going to be. The first one was really good, but after that it kind of like, I started to like it less, so I assumed I wouldn't like these as much, but I think these are so much better than Shadow and Bone. I just think like all the characters are so interesting and the plot's like a lot more interesting, things that happened like that I wanted to happen, right? Whereas in Shadow and Bone it kind of like, I don't know, I wasn't as happy with the ending as what I thought it was going to be. They are really good books. I definitely do think like they definitely, the hype that they get they deserve, and I think like understand why they've been hyped up so much because they are so good. Because they have like a lot of representation in them for like LGBTQ like couples and stuff, and I think that's really good about these books, because Shadow and Bone didn't really kind of have any of that thing, but that does, so I think that makes it better. Out of the two books, my favourite is Crooked Kingdom, and my favourite character is Mina. I think her character is so interesting, and I love like how she grows throughout both the books, so she's my favourite character from it. I'm also considering buying the collector's editions, even though I like already have the books, so I don't know if like it's going to be worth money, but I am considering buying it. I'm yet to watch the Shadow and Bone TV series, but I really want to, because I'm hoping like, I think some of the characters out of Six of Crows are in these books, so I'm really excited for it. But yeah, if like you wanted to get into like the Grishaverse and stuff, I really recommend these books. So the next book is Daughter of the Pirate King, and this was recommended to me by my best friend. I really love the cover of it. I think the cover is really nice, and that was one of the main reasons I bought it. I also think like it's like a really nice book, just like hold and stuff in general. It's got like a really good romance story. Like it's kind of got like an enemy. It's got like enemies to lovers in it, and so I really love that romance. And the fact that it ends well, it's not like a common thing with that kind of like romance. I really like that it ended well. I also think the main characters, because they've got like a female main character that's like quite powerful and stuff, and none of it like, it didn't feel like that's forced. It feels like quite natural, so I really like her character in it. I managed to read it all in one go, just because like it was a book that I really wanted to read, and it was like very like fast paced, and so I really liked that about it. So yeah, I read that like all in one night, and so yeah, I definitely recommend this. The next books I recommend are the Series of Unfortunate Events books, and these are some of my favourites from when I was younger. I have read all 13, I only have 5 of them here, because a lot of them I've like borrowed off other people and stuff, or some I just can't find out where they are. But yeah, I really like this series. I think it's got like a very unique plot, and I really like that about it. And it's got like a very like kind of like mystery kind of novel to it, and I really like that element of it. I also think it's got like kind of romance a bit, and I feel like romance for me is kind of necessary within like most novels. So I like that it's got that, but even if it didn't have the romance, I think it would still be like really good. I really like the movie and the TV show adaptation of it. I think those are both, they did a really good job at like, I did feel like they cut a lot of important things out of it, and so I feel like they did, because I know a lot of some TV show adaptations and movie adaptations and stuff are just aren't as good, but I feel like they did a really good job with this one. They did a really good job with these ones, and so yeah, if you're looking for like a longer series to read, I definitely recommend these ones. So the next series is the All the Wrong Questions series, and this was also by the same authors who wrote a series of Unfortunate Events. And I think these are generally directed to like a younger audience, I'd say, than a series of Unfortunate Events, but they are still like really good books. It's like a really good like mystery series, and so I really like it. It's got kind of like a bit of subtle romance, but there's nothing that actually really happens romantically in it, but it's like a really good series like anyway. And the series I'd recommend is the Chaos Walking series. Now these are some really good books. I know they've just made a movie of it, but I'm yet to see it. But I did really enjoy these books. I think it's like a very interesting story, and like the whole concept of it's like very like unique and interesting, and I really like all the characters in it. I also think it's really good because I mainly only like books that have any kind of romance in them, but these didn't really have that in at all, but I still thought they were really good like books nonetheless. My favourite's still probably the first one, but I do think all the rest are still really good as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend these, and if you've like watched the movie adaptation and like you're thinking of buying them, then I definitely recommend getting them. I love Todd and Viola's friendship. I think they've got like one of the best like friendship relationships that I've read in like a book, because they're like it's like a boy and a girl, like most of the time they just turn into like some kind of relationship, and so I really like that element of it. I like that it's just like friendship and not romance, because I think they have like a really good relationship. But yeah, I definitely recommend these. Another book is Find An Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. This is one of my favourite just like standalone novels. It's like definitely meant to, it's directed to like a teenage audience, and I think it does a really good job of like making it like relatable to a teenage audience. It also has like a lot of like, it talks a lot about mental health, and I think it's got a really good like representation for that, and like and normalising like like everything about mental health and like therapy and stuff, and so I think that's a really good element of it. It's also got like a really nice like a sweet romance story, and I really like all the characters in it, so yeah, definitely recommend this. Like they're very easy to read, and like I feel like once you've read one, you kind of want to really want to read the next one because you want to find out what happens, and so I really like that about it. And it's got like a really some like good twist in it, and I feel like overall it's just like a very good like simple short series, so I really like these ones as well. And finally, my two favourite classic books is Little Women and Pride and Prejudice. Now these are really good because they've got like romance in them and kind of like a family relationships, and I really like both those about it. I also think they've got like very like interesting plots. Like Pride and Prejudice, like the original kind of like enemies to lovers, and Little Women just like, it's just like a very nice plot in general. And I also really like both all the movie adaptations of both of these. I've watched the Pride and Prejudice one, and then I think more than one Little Women movie adaptation, so I really like both of these. If you want like a slower pace, like longer kind of book to read, because they do take like a while to read, but I still really like them as like nonetheless. That was my book recommendations for 2021. I hope you enjoyed this video, and comment below if you'd like more book themed videos. Like I was thinking of doing like a proper review of Six of Crows or something like that, so if you'd like that, please comment and let me know. But yeah, like and subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.